Welcome to Finance with Avery. In this video, I want to go over Canoo stock, what's been going on with this company, what's been going on with the stock, and my position in it, and am I up, am I down, what are my plans for the stock? Yes, we're gonna get all into that right now. So yes, Canoo stock right here, you see the website, it's such a nice website, right? You don't have to start it off with the website. And let me state right here first off, of course, before we jump into this is not financial advice. Canoo stock, ticker symbol GOEV, is my riskiest position in my portfolio. And so right here, we're gonna go to the 5-day chart right here on Canoo stock, and you see it was hanging out around 50s, you know, and it popped. And yeah, it went up to 68 cents a share, somewhere around there right there, hit the high, and it's kind of settled a little bit right here today, around that 63, you know, closed, I think after hours here, 63, I was 64 somewhere, but yeah, so it's just kind of hung out. But you see like this month, it had a low moment for sure. It popped, you know, it popped up there previously, like I said, a few weeks ago, because of the news with NASA mostly, and then the battery news with the Defense Department. So it popped right there. Then it went below here, still below. So it was underneath the 50-day moving average, and now it's popped right back above that. And let me tell you, yeah, I was buying right here. I'll show you right there up on the screen, and I'm going to pull it up on my phone to make sure I'm telling you the right amounts. I think it was 43 cents a share I was buying at. So yeah, I put in an order right there and bought some at 43 cents a share. Before that, I bought some at 54 cents a share and 59 cents a share. So yeah, I definitely been buying around a little bit, and I had an order in for 48 cents a share limit buy, but that one did not process because the stocks had left off, you know. So yeah, I still got that order hanging out. So, you know, if it goes back down, I'll buy it. It's not a ton on that order, but so I tried to get some more there at 50-cent mark right there. Did not do that, but I did get some at that 43 cents right there. So yeah, I literally bought like near the low right here of this past like month right here for sure. So currently I am up on the stock like 4%. My average cost is 62 cents a share. So yeah, I'm right around where it's at. So I was hoping it would hang out under 50 cents some more, honestly, because that's where I wanted to keep accumulating. But anyway, so yeah, that's my position. I'm holding this long term. It's not a ton of money. If this company goes bankrupt or just drops real low or something, I won't be, you know, selling my shirt on the corner. I don't know what the term is good for, like, you know, selling something you don't want to sell. I don't know, organs or something. I don't know. Yeah, it would be lame for sure if it, you know, but if the other things happen, if it goes around the other way, this will be a nice one right here for me for sure. So yeah, I'm holding on this one long term, and I will keep accumulating around that 50-cent mark right there. Unless it shows support around where it's at now, then, you know, I will be accumulating around this part. But right now I'm just kind of hanging out and seeing if it's going to do the same thing it did before, you know, pop on some good news, and then just kind of, you know, fall back down, kind of where it did right there. So you see it's been up and down, almost like not a head and shoulders. I mean, the head's not high enough right here, but you know, there's still some patterns you can see, but you can see it's below the 50-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average was right there. It's above the 50-day now currently, but it's still, let's go right here, just a 5-day. Yeah, still below the 200-day moving average, but now above the 50-day moving average. So yeah, that's what's going on with the stock. 5-day right there, chart is up 19.33%. For a month, it's up about 17.64%. For 3 months, stock is up 7.7%. Year to date, down 48.16%. So year to date, definitely down, but past couple of months here, we're up on this stock right here. Depending on when you got in, you know, like I said, I'm up barely a little bit because I did buy some, you know, I bought some in the 60s area. I think I even bought some at like 70. I was like, oh, this is it, we're going, but like not enough, but like enough to kind of raise my average cost. But anyways, let's get to the news right here. What's going on with Canoo? Because the main thing that pretty much popped this stock right here the other day was that they have a new CFO. So yeah, their new CFO, Greg Etheridge, is succeeding Ken Manget. I hope I'm saying it right. Manget. And so yeah, and he was only in that role for about 6-7 months, something like that. So it's a shakeup for sure, but the market liked this news right here. And I'll tell you some background on this new CFO, but the market liked this news. You saw it happen right there on the position of this stock. Yeah, the news came out right around here and popped right there. So yeah, it went above 50. And it's kind of hung out a little bit. So we'll see. But it's only been, you know, a day or two right here. So definitely interested to see how this news, you know, marinates, how it settles in the stock, and more news for the company, you know, for sure, you know, because they recently also announced earnings. The loss wasn't as bad as it was expected. August 14th, and they had an earnings surprise right there at 26.32%. Expected loss on the earnings per share was 19 cents right there, but they reported a loss of 14 cents right there. So yeah, still a loss, but not as bad as what was expected right there. So they had a surprise right there on the earnings. Stock didn't move too much on that. We're going to go over to the chart. All right, so you see here, earnings came out right here around August 14th, and yeah, so yeah, we went down right there. That was that part right there, and that's where I bought, because I was like, yeah, they miss, like, yeah, they lost, earnings. They're not profitable yet. Company's definitely not profitable. It's going through cash for sure. They're going to need some help right there. They may issue more stock. They may do a reverse stock split. That's definitely a possibility, because I've been checking on, the news, and, checking on what people are saying about this stock on Twitter and, in the comments and things. So definitely leave a comment of your position in this stock, where you think it's going. What do you think is going on with the stock? What is your position? Are you adding? Or are you just keeping it the same amount? Are you selling when it gets to a certain amount? I'm just curious to what you all are saying right there, because like I said, I do check out Twitter, and one of the accounts that's really great on Twitter as far as following news with GOEV stock right there, Canoo stock, is, I'm finding them right here because it's like, where's Pouch right there. Definitely check out his Twitter right there. It's a lot of great details, a lot of news. Definitely check it out. I don't know the guy, who's not sponsored or anything, so I'm just saying, like, I've noticed his account pop up several times when I've been like kind of, looking over the news about GOEV Canoo stock on Twitter, and I'm like, he's got some good, interesting things for sure. So definitely, if you're on Twitter, or X, I'm calling it Twitter still. You see, I haven't even updated the app probably. So, yeah, but I do use it sometimes, not a lot, but so definitely that's if you're on X or Twitter, whatever you still want to call it, check out that, profile right there for news on Canoo for sure. But yeah, so back over on the news of GOEV Canoo stock. So you see the new CFO right here. Okay, so he's going to be directly reporting to the CEO, Tony Aquila. So that is going to be, excited right there. So Tony Aquila, the CEO, shared his excitement over Greg's new role and threw a nod of gratitude to Ken for his dedication. By year's close, Etheridge plans to part ways with his board position at Canoo. So he was on the board previously. Greg's leadership role spanned from serving as president and COO at Hennessy Capital Acquisition Corporation to executive stints at industry bigwigs like Motorsports Aftermarket Group, Matlin Patterson Global Advisors, and Imperial Capital. We're going to go over what these companies are and what they do. So the Hennessy Capital Acquisition Corporation, that was the SPAC right there. That's the special purpose acquisition companies, the one they merge and they do that whole thing. SPACs are a huge thing. If you've been in the stock market for the past couple of years, you remember SPACs, they come out, start around $10 and they popped up and a lot of them dropped, but yeah, these companies that Greg Etheridge was with, Motorsports Aftermarket Group, is what it sounds like. This states right here for Motorsports Aftermarket Group that they're one of the largest manufacturers and distributors of branded aftermarket products for the power sports industry in North America. So it's like motorbikes, motorcycles, but it's auto related right there. So this could be looked at as, okay, maybe he kind of knows about cost and efficiencies and distribution and things like that for, related auto parts and, things that were crucial to the elements of something in, that realm. Maybe bringing that expertise, over here. So yeah, and this company was acquired in 2018 right there. So you see that right there. So that's Motorsport Aftermarket Group. Just brief, I'm not going to go and deep dive too much right here. I don't want to make this video to be too long. And so you have that, and you have Matlin Patterson Global Advisors. And you're thinking like, okay, what is that? They are a company they're a distressed securities fund that participates in distress and credit opportunities on a global basis right here. So that could be seen as like, okay, distress. When you see something like a distressed company, that's a company that's not doing well financially. Distressed companies sometimes rebound. Sometimes they go through bankruptcy. Sometimes they get acquired. It just really depends what's going on here. It's a private equity company. This could be looked at in couple different ways right here. This could be looked at like, okay, he's bringing this financial expertise, financial experience with distressed securities, distressed companies to, turn some things around here financially for GOEV to get them on a better path right here. Good stuff. Or it could be looked at as this is bringing some experience with dwindling down a company, running them through bankruptcy, getting them through like, okay, there's no hope to turn this around. Let's salvage as much as we can. Who knows? That's Matlin Patterson right there. They are a distressed securities fund. So that's interesting right there. That could be looked at in two different ways, or probably more than two different ways. Definitely. I mean, it could be looked at as a mix of both of those ways, what he's bringing from his experience in that company right there. So you have that company. And then you have Imperial Capital. Imperial Capital is a full service investment bank right there. And they are working with institutional investors and large investors like that in companies and, basically a private equity fund right here. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, Toronto-based private equity fund right here. So Canada-based private equity firm with a focus on partnership opportunities in the U.S. and Canadian mid-market and a history of investing with entrepreneurial and founder-owned companies across healthcare, business, and consumer service industries. So the experience he's bringing from this is more of a positive. It can kind of be looked at. This is like, okay, this was going to help, improve the capital situation with GOEV, with Canoo. They're going to bring in some more institutional investments, bring in, shaking hands, strategic ways to get the company on a better financial footing, get more backing behind it. So this could be looked at in that way right here, something that, as a private equity firm, he's bringing that experience. So that is interesting right there. That could definitely be some help to GOEV Canoo. So now I'm not reading too much into where he's been with experience, but it is interesting. Like I said, he's been on the board of Canoo, so he's not completely fresh and new to this company. He knows about what's going on with this company for sure. And he's bringing over the experience from these other companies as well. So that is interesting. Got the nod from the CEO, got the nod from a lot on Wall Street as well, with the stock performing well with the news. So that is the main news that came out recently that soared the stock right there, 14% on a management shakeup. You see right there. And that is a Tip Ranks article right there. And this is another article right here on Seeking Alpha, just kind of a bullet point Etheridge Rule report, like I was telling you, directly to CEO Tony Kia. Let's go over to the other news that was good for Canoo. Canoo finalizes incentive package with Oklahoma Cherokee Nation. So this was good news right here. It came out, a couple weeks ago right here. Stock didn't move much off of it. Let me go back over to the chart. So you see, it's kind of been on a downtrend right there with this news right here until that, CFO news right there. But however, let me tell you about this right here. So this incentive agreement is for an estimated value of $113 million over 10 years with Canoo in the state of Oklahoma and the North American tribe Cherokee Nation. As part of the agreements, Canoo said it has already started hiring for its vehicle assembly facility in Oklahoma City and the battery manufacturing factory in Pryor. The company said that the agreement with the Department of Commerce will enable Canoo to receive performance-based payouts and make it eligible for some state tax credit and exemption programs. Canoo, which will invest more than $320 million at both of its facilities in the state, had entered into a long-term lease agreement for the vehicle manufacturing facility in Oklahoma City earlier this year. That is good for the company because you have a lot, especially with auto manufacturing like here. If you look in the Southeast, what is kind of happening, Detroit used to be like the main, auto capital of the U.S. and everything. But if you look around at some of where the plants are located for Kia and, Volkswagen and other companies like that, it's around the Southeast. But if you look why they chose these cities and these states to build these facilities and everything, a lot of it is because of those tax credits and exemptions, because the state and the cities, typically they want, these companies to build and have a facility there because that's employment for them. That brings in more, capital, more money in their city, it helps their economy out. More middle class, blue collar, white collar jobs, it's good all around, So, and then the company, they're like, okay, well, what can you do for us? We're bringing all this to your city. Okay, you're going to help us out financially. Oh, we don't have to pay as much taxes. Oh, we get exempted from that. We don't have to pay that. Okay, that's going to help, get things going better on our financial side as well. It's like a shake of hands. It's like a win-win for, the auto company and the city, the state, the county, whoever's, working this out. So that's pretty much kind of what's going on right there with the state of Oklahoma and Canoo. And also they're bringing in, of course, the North American tribe Cherokee Nation, which is very important as well. So that was good news right there. And there's another article on there. Canoo finalizes workforce and economic development incentive agreements. So news in this article, it states the facilities are expected to create more than 1,360 jobs that exceed average state and local salaries. Vice President stated that we are focused on getting those facilities manufacturing ready. And that means we've secured those sites. We've moved our equipment in. We're in the final stages of installing that equipment. We are expecting to be manufacturing ready this year, and we'll have more to say in terms of the start of production in the near future. So regarding the timeline for the first production vehicles to roll off the assembly line, he noted that right now we're focused on manufacturing readiness, getting those facilities ready to produce our vehicles, and we'll be making further announcements about our production timelines in the very near future. It's going to be interesting. And like I said, I've been looking on Twitter, and I'm going to put up some things right here on the video. You can see people have been posting information about these facilities. There's people like drive by them, and have, the articles on them and everything. So you can see a kind of glimpse of, okay, things are happening right here with this facility. It's not an empty warehouse. It's just, what they call them, the security guards driving around in the go-karts and things like that. It's not just that going on. So there are things going on right there. Top flight security is not just rolling around in the golf cart, patrolling an empty facility. So yeah, those are things happening in that company right there with the facility. So it's definitely interesting to see right there. And also at the Google Next event on August 29th, 2023, on the day I'm recording this video, there was a feature of Canoo, because Canoo recently selected Google Cloud as its primary cloud service provider. And now they're also working with Onyx, which is a cloud consulting company. And it's stated here on this press release with Canoo that Onyx is thrilled to partner with Canoo and Google Cloud to accelerate our aligned mission of delivering sustainable, secure, and innovative innovative solutions. This is a strategic partnership, and Onyx will support Canoo on this journey by leveraging our data and AI and Google Cloud capabilities. We applaud Canoo's focus on manufacturing in America's heartland and will support their engagement using our global delivery model and nearshore co-development facility at Canoo's neighboring locations in Oklahoma, with the objective to hire and develop local talent pool. So this is very interesting right here. AI, yeah, this is, part of the AI. Of course, there's a lot of hype with AI, but AI is going to literally, it's already changed a lot as far as like just lives of people in general and companies and how they operate, and just not even anything from customer service, but also just coding and just so many things that AI is going to touch, has touched, and will continue to touch. And electric vehicles is one of them for sure. And this event right here took place. You see it right there, the Google Next event. Look at that Canoo right there. You got the Google Cloud on the side right there. Very sleek. Here's kind of like a promotional material right here. The breakout session. Canoo aims to disrupt EV industry with AI-driven vehicle experience. Very interesting right there. Tony Aquila, CEO, spoke at this event. Just happened recently, earlier today. I'm recording this video. It's almost midnight when I'm recording this video, hoping to finish editing and get it up here. It might be August 30th or whatnot. But anyways, and of course, you got the connection right there. Canoo, Google, Alphabet, and Onyx. I had not heard of Onyx before this right here. Definitely heard of Google, of course, and Alphabet, is the company of Google right there, the parent company. So, and what's interesting also is that Canoo is just a $400 million market cap company. That's his total market cap. That's the stock price times all the outstanding shares right there. That's their market cap, $400 million. That's a lot of money for sure. I'm not saying little because I'm about to show you something that's just crazy. So yeah, that's the market cap of the company. Newer company, of course, is going to have a smaller market cap. Sometimes companies get valued much more because of the stock price being, too high, or maybe not as many outstanding shares, so on and so on, So that's Canoo, $400 million. Tesla, of course, Canoo's not Tesla. I'm not saying that at all. Tesla's on another level, of course, for EVs. They lead the movement, and as far as the United States and the world, pretty much, with electric vehicles. Elon Musk, Tesla, they've done amazing things, will continue to do amazing things. This is not saying Canoo's the next Tesla or anything like that. But the market cap of Tesla, $816 billion. So Google market cap, $1.66 trillion. Canoo, $400 million. It's completely speculative. But if I was Alphabet, I would buy Canoo. Simple as that. I would outright buy Canoo. Like, I'm sure they would offer them more than $400 million market cap. I don't throw a couple billion. Something at them. An offer to buy them. Just have that technology, have the platform, have that skateboard platform. With the vehicles, have that design, all of that. And just absorb it, put it in there. Alphabet, Google, they want to have the AI, self-driven cars right there, be out on the road. Maybe they're use them as taxis, use them to take, help with Google Maps, taking photos, the aerial view, this, that. Have this AI, the cars driving around, surveying, the area and everything for Google Maps, improving that traffic, all that. Maybe. Who knows? That's what I said. That's super speculative. I haven't heard anything about that, rumors or anything. That's just what I would think. Like, it would be like a drop in the bucket for Alphabet to purchase a company like that. And also Apple. Of course, there's many, you can go back and there's articles from last year, 2022, 2021 probably, there's rumors floating around about Apple possibly buying Canoo, and you see the market cap, $2.88 trillion, the most valuable company in the world. $400 million market cap at Canoo is literally just like, they make that. I'm going to snap my fingers, but I don't want the microphone to pop, and I'm working on this new microphone setup. So yeah, but that's just what I'm saying. Like, so it's just Canoo has the ability to really go much further with that stock price, considering how small the company is right now, how small that market cap is. Stock price could literally double over $1, 63 cents, 64 cents right here, and the market cap would still be under $1 billion. So like, it's very interesting. But anyways, so that is that mainly I want to talk about. I want to add in about that event and show that photo right there of that Canoo with the little Google Cloud wrap around it right there with Onyx. Very neat. So that next event that happened today on 29th of August, that's another piece of news right there for Canoo. And also I want to go over to insider activity with GOEV Canoo, because there's been some selling. So this is, definitely something to pay attention to. Not a lot of shares, 25,000 right there, 577,000 at 43 cents. They're selling at the low recently. Remember I was telling you about earlier in the video, that low that I bought at 43 cents, and now it's at 63, 64 cents. Okay, you got a president selling some shares, and you have a senior vice president selling some shares right there. The chief accounting officer selling at 43 cents a share. Not many shares right there. But then you have Tony Aquila, the CEO, with the acquisition of the stock right there. Non-open market right there. So that means, it wasn't like he didn't go out in the open market and buy shares, so it wouldn't have affected generally the stock price or anything like that. This is could be how he's getting paid from the company or something like that. Basically, he's getting shares of the company. 5 million shares is a lot right there. So he's just getting that off the market from the company itself right there. So, and also that happened with Kenneth Manigat right there, the former CFO. I had an acquisition of the non-open market acquisition as well, over 1.5 million shares right there. So that's very interesting. Had Ramesh selling some more right there, 992 at 70 cents a share. Very low amounts compared to those non-open market acquisitions right there, mostly by the CEO. But you have people selling 3,000 shares, 945 shares. But you see a number of insider shares traded past 3 months. Shares bought over 23 million. Shares sold 31,000. So it's definitely more buying than selling, but of course the buying isn't just outright buying though. So it's definitely interesting right there as far as like the selling is definitely interesting as far as like more concerning, like if they know more about the company what's going on than of course we do right there. It's like selling at that low of a price, even if it's not a ton of shares. Like of course insiders sell for multiple reasons. It could be for a vacation home, a new car, the kids tuition, anything like that. Generally insider buying is more telling. That's more like, okay, the insider, the CEO, CFO, whoever thinks the company's undervalued, or they think there's much more potential in that stock price. They think oh yeah, this is way too low. I got to showing confidence in the company. There's only a couple of reasons why people on the inside buy, whereas there's multiple reasons why people on the inside sell. So, but still something I like to look at, and that's just some recent insider activity right there in August. Another piece of news, and I'll wrap up the video here. Alliance Global Partners initiated coverage of Canoo. So you have an investment firm right there that have initiated coverage of Canoo. So they're doing research, they're looking through the financials, the news and everything, analyzing the stock and giving recommendations for it. They give a buy recommendation for Canoo right here. This is new right here in the news. And as of August 2nd, 2023, the average 1 year price target for Canoo is $3.70. And the forecast range from a low of $1.01 to a high of $10.50. The average price target represents an increase of 592.29% from its latest reported closing price of 53 cents. That was a few days ago. So yeah, the closing price now is around 63 cents, but that's still a triple digit increase as far as the average price target a year from now for analysts. And the analysts don't know everything, of course. This isn't saying like, yeah, for sure in a year from now, this stock's going to be this. You're going to get 3% gain. 30-digit gain right there. So no, that's not saying it for sure, but it is interesting. Another coverage on Canoo, and it's a buy recommendation. So you have that as well. So just something definitely interesting to look into. And this is a neat article right here on Fintel. Definitely, if you want to check this out, it has a put call ratio of GOEV of Canoo at 0.18%, which is bullish right there. So it's just pretty much puts and calls, it's options, and depending on what you see, what has a larger contract size and more contracts, depends on how people are viewing the company, whether they think it's, going down in the future, the near future, however long, because options can go out from like, days to weeks to months. So it's just something interesting to look at right there. So it has a bullish outlook right there on the put call ratio. So it's interesting. That is it with the video on Canoo, ticker symbol GOEV. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care.